Hi, my name is Mark Monlux, and you are with, okay, I'm going to see if I can edit this part. Hi, my name is Mark Monlux, and you're watching another episode of Epic Sketch Time. I live in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm a freelance illustrator. And with me today is, well, Bill, you showed up. Next, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Bill Morse. I live in Seattle, Washington, and I'm a freelance illustrator and cartoonist. And I also do a web comic called Rhapsodies.
Roger, we may not see you, but you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
So yes, this is Roger Crown, Spokane, Washington cartoonist. I'm currently working on my September 11 Second Club audio. Thanks.
And Ian, you're next.
Hey everybody, my name is Ian Castruita. You can check out my stuff at iancastruita.com, unfedartist.com, and I am an illustrator, cartoonist, and graphic designer working out of Tempe, Arizona.
And Kevin, you're next.
Kevin Bacouli, Las Vegas, Nevada, logo designer and brand strategist. I'll be working on, what else do I say about myself?
Well, that's enough.
Okay, cool.
So you're coming in very quiet today.
One sec. How about now?
Oh, there you go. Was your microphone not plugged in?
I needed to turn up the sensitivity or the capture.
So we were all talking about stopping here at 5 o'clock and switching over to the Guild Southwest Social Hour. And I'd give you a heads up on that in case you wanted to sign up at the last minute.
Yeah, I'm doing one of the activities there actually, so I have to jump ahead for 5.
Okay. So who here is in favor of me shifting the time of this up to 3 o'clock because, or pardon me, to at least 4 o'clock, if not 3:30, because we have a lot of guild things that happen on Tuesday at 5. What time would work better for you guys?
That works.
I suppose 4 works for me since I frequently forget about the 30 part half the time.
So Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time, and it basically switches for me. So if you do it at 3, it goes back to 4 for me in November. So I mean, I tend to like things later in the day just because it helps me get rid of client work. But
okay, why don't we go ahead and what I'll do is I'll just do it at 4, and we'll just have a quick meeting, and then if there's something happening with the guild like Southwest or the Southwest do they meet every Tuesday?
This is one of the first events we're doing for Southwest. I know in another 2 Tuesdays, there's another event on the 23rd or the 24th. Whichever one of them is a Tuesday. So we're just starting them off. So we'll see what the turnout is, and then depending on that, we'll determine how often and when we hold the Southwest activities.
Okay. And you don't mind if a couple of slobs from the Northwest show up, do you?
Yeah, come right in. I was like, oh, you guys are in the Southwest now? I didn't know you guys moved.
Yeah,
That's okay, I'm not in the Southwest either.
we've heard stories of all this sun stuff you guys speak of and got curious.
Oh,
Sun.
don't even go there, Bill. We've got so much sun here right now. And we had Tacoma last night was surrounded by smoke. There was a little farther north of us, there was a large fire on both sides of a highway, and it swallowed up a couple of houses. And then farther south in Olympia, there was a fire, and then we have a bunch of smoke coming up from Oregon. So
Yeah, in Las Vegas, there's a lot of, you could smell the smoke, and it's hard to see the mountains here. So yeah, it's crazy.
and we've been getting some gorgeous sunsets because of the Oregon fire, but last night we had to close all the windows. There was just smoke just rolling into the house. And what my phone app reported the air as at 158, which they considered unhealthy. So, so I'm still working on some book illustrations, and had to take a quick break because I got really frustrated. I'm working on a multiple figures in a scene, and when I was deleting some of my reference files, I accidentally deleted one of the characters I spent a couple hours drawing. So I'm just mad as hell at myself.
You don't have any file backup system that like?
Oh, this is on Procreate.
Oh, so it's on the iPad.
It's on the iPad. Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, what you gonna do but whine about it? But I did have to kind of go outside and pick some berries and some tomatoes just to calm myself down.
What are you working on today, Bill?
I am taking a break and working on a poster version of one of my Game of Thrones illustrations that I've been doing on my ongoing Game of Thrones sketch challenge, which I am 10 strips pieces away to finishing. Then I'll take a break and do Inktober, and then start November with my Clash of Kings challenge. But anyway, I can show it with Mark.
Oh, okay. Let me turn on screen sharing.
So spell it. Let me show you. First, let me show you the original. It'll just take me a second.
While Bill is digging that up, I want to ask the rest of you guys, because Bill and I were playing around with this last week. Have you ever used a Chrome extension called Discussion Bar?
No.
A Discussion Bar, once you install it, it's real quick, and just real quick installation. You just go to, it's a Google extension. And, oh, Bill, are you ready to show? Because I was going to show them this thing.
Oh, yeah. Since I cannot find the, okay.
So that's a no?
That's a no right now. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. So let me share my screen. I'll show you guys what Discussion Bar looks like. I'll just go to a YouTube channel. Oh, let me go in. Da, 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 da. Oh, great. Now I'm the one stalling.
Shall I start again? Because I found it.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, so anyway, as I've mentioned in the past, I've been doing two random sketches, illustrations from chapters of the Game of Thrones. And so anyway, this is the one of the nicer ones I did in March, which is Bran praying in the Godswood. And so anyway, I decided to start working on a poster version of it. And so far, this is as far as I've gotten with it, where I added the Bran's Direwolf Summer, because I realized when I reread the scene, I realized I'd left him out, and then I thought it would look cooler with the weirwood directly behind him rather to the side, like I had in the pen and ink sketch.
So my only comment is that your reflection isn't a precise reflection. I'm assuming that what you're planning on doing is flipping the other image and using it as a reference later, or do you want to have the vision going into a past, if that's why the face looks different?
It looks different because I had flipped it, and I was tweaking the perspective so as to get the face to fit in the lake. but I can easily do that part over again.
Well,
Though I can probably shrink it down a little bit so that it'll work as well.
and you're making all these images the same size, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think of it?
Very cool.
What are you gonna do with this series again, Bill? Are you gonna publish it or something, or?
I'm not sure what I'll do with it at the moment. It's sort of a way of getting attention on social media. Though it's as I said, I've been kind of doing it as a way of doing push-ups, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you finding traction on social media from it?
It's pretty popular. I get some pretty good feedback on Tumblr.
Tumblr, huh?
Yeah, which I confess, to be quite honest, in my experience, the only way to get attention on Tumblr is either porn or fan art. So
Yeah. Have you thought about DeviantArt? That's pretty good fan art ecosystem.
I have mixed results with DeviantArt. It's sort of like, again, half the time, unless you're some rock star, the only thing that is noticed is fan art. And to be honest, what I've put on DeviantArt, I get a few likes on these things, but sometimes it's really frustrating and I wonder why I bother. But with some of the nicer ones,
Well, as far as the composition itself, I think this is probably one of your better pieces. I'm looking forward to seeing how it gets, polished and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the symmetry of it. I think that's really strong, and I think the storytelling is equally strong. So it's looking great.
That's the other thing I like about this exercise. What it's done with my storytelling ability has been really effective.
So, Bill, well, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen now.
Okay.
So once you have a discussion bar, it shows up in this as this little icon in your browser.
Okay.
And does everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you go to YouTube, and this also works in Disney Plus and on Netflix. Oops, wrong app. Hang on. It's this app. There we go. So here's what appears on the side. And what you can do is you can basically go in and share any type of video. Here are other people sharing their videos that they're watching. You can join your groups together, create direct messages between friends. These are watch parties that people have put together. So let's say that I wanted to invite you guys to watch the monster that would conquer the world. I'd pick a time, send you guys a link. You come to the discussion bar, see the little icon for it, and click on it at the appropriate time, and it will sync up with the exact same timestamp that I'm watching the video. So we are all watching videos at the same time and can then, in the little chat room or on a group phone call, make comments. So
how many of these have you done so far?
None yet, but
really?
I'm planning on doing. I've been looking for a way to do a watch party with a bunch of cartoonists, and we want to watch a bunch of B movies together. And I thought, okay, we get together for drawing sessions. I'm going to see if there's a group of people that'd be interested in getting together and doing a watch party. But the thing is, you need to download or install the app. And so Bill and I were messing around with it. This little icon here, you hit this little plus sign. You can then create a watch party by selecting the date and then picking the hour. I'm going to go back and then you can make it so that anyone can join, or it's by invitation only, or that anyone who's one of your friends can join. But with the invitation, you can then go ahead and just email them the link directly. And then what you do is, once you're watching the video, you can create a chat room for that video that's just for the video you're watching at that moment. There's even an option that if you had posted a video and it's something that you created, you could hit a button that says have all the chat applied to the comments in the video on YouTube. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
And don't you have a movie going buddy that you used to watch movies with pre-COVID?
Yes, I did. His name is John Draper, and we would often go see movies together. So yeah. I'm going to try to encourage him to. He will often start watching a movie and then just stop because he doesn't like it. Yeah. But if somebody's there, then we can just comment back and forth. And he has not seen a lot of good bad movies. He's just seen a lot of mediocre bad movies. Not I don't know how else to describe that.
On a scale of bad to good bad.
Well, I grew up in the age of the atomic horror movie.
Yeah.
And they all have the same basic plot premise. Event X happens. Some hero type gets affected by event X. Things spiral out of control. He gets chased by the policeman, shot to death. Okay, that could be he went up in space and came back with a virus. Or, let's see, he started taking some pills accidentally and became a vampire. Or someone does an experiment on him and he turns into a werewolf. But they all end up with some guy in a costume being chased over the hills in, somewhere in California, probably Culver City, because that's where a lot of these things were shot, because it was right up the street from us, from Hollywood. And then slow metamorphosis back into human at the end of it. So that's your standard premise. Another thing that I just found out is that YouTube just sent me an email saying that I'm no longer going to be, I can't monetize my channels because I don't meet the prerequisites.
Viewership or what is it?
Well, one is you need to have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I only have 152. The other thing is you need to have 4,000 views over the course of a year. And I don't have that. So I'm kind of going, well, nuts. I used to get a little bit of money from viewership, but I haven't received any money at all because I just haven't been getting the right numbers. And now they're putting out this. It's just making it tougher for people who were making money. They have to, hop through another bunch of hoops. I know a lot of people don't like to say anything bad about YouTube, because their videos are going on to YouTube. So
Right. No, I remember when YouTube came out with the new policy, and basically it just makes it more difficult for people to start, and it makes it more sustainable for the people who have already been established. I mean, you would have to imagine YouTube would know that would happen. So I don't know how they're going to foster new talent and like new channels and stuff to show up. But it would be interesting to see what goes on.
Yeah, I'd seen that too, and I mean, and because I'd started late enough, I wasn't deluding myself that there was. I got into it late enough that I hadn't even realized that there had been a policy beforehand. So admittedly, it's sort of frustrating because it's not like I expect the stuff I've been posting to be high art or anything, but a few more eyeballs on it would be nice. At the moment, it's just been time-lapse drawings with the occasional opening video.
well, guys, it's 4:54. And with the other event happening in 5 minutes, we probably should sign off and start heading over in that direction.
Okay.
Especially Kevin, who's presenting. I'm really kind of curious to see what you're going to be coming up with today.
Nothing crazy.
Okay. Anyway, you've been watching another episode of Epic Sketch Time. Look for us in our new starting time of 4 o'clock. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.